Your local news is next, followed by an all-new Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Next Monday, it's the Medium season finale with special guest star Kelly Preston.
Are you insane?
An episode this wild.
My house is haunted.
Whoa.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Could only be the Medium season finale. Next Monday on NBC. Tuesday, how will Stephen Collins get out of a love triangle? Murder. All new SVU following a special SVU at 9/8 Central Tuesday on NBC.
From WXII 12, this is WXII 12 News at 11 o'clock.
Why not give low-income Americans who drive the furthest with the highest gasoline consumption automobiles, why not give them a little break for the summer? They're the ones that are really hurting very badly as they watch not only the price of gasoline go up, but the price of food go up. And you'd think, my friends, that it was the end of Western civilization as we know it, to give low-income Americans a little break.
I know what these gas prices are doing to people. I know what they're doing to farmers and truckers and people who commute long distances, people who live in the country and have to drive just to get nearly anywhere. And what I want to do is provide some immediate relief. I want the oil companies to pay out of their record profits because they instead of the problem.
People to speak out on behalf of this program. She couldn't get any of her own supporters, including Governor Easley right here in North Carolina, to say it was a good idea. So instead, she got a lobbyist from, guess who? Shell Oil, to say what a good idea this was. Now, that's just not honest politics.
All three major presidential candidates making their last push across the Tar Heel state today.
Trying to make sure voters know where they stand on important issues before polls open in the morning. Latest polls show Senator Barack Obama still holds a lead over Senator Hillary Clinton in North Carolina.
Most recent numbers from Real Clear Politics show that Clinton trails Obama by 3%. Another poll by Raleigh-based Public Policy Polling shows the Illinois senator with a 10-point lead.
Tonight, we begin our Commitment 2018 coverage in Winston-Salem.
And Craig Thomas joins us now with a closer look at how Senator Barack Obama and his supporters got out his message today. Craig?
Cameron, we are outside the Board of Elections. You can see all the signs, all the placards. People should stream in here tomorrow and exercise their right to vote. And after all the money both candidates have spent, all the time they've spent here in the Tar Heel state, Senator Obama and his supporters wanted to make sure on the very last day of campaigning they did everything they could to vote. Barack Obama made one final campaign stop in the Triad Monday afternoon, shaking hands, posing for pictures, and urging people to vote when he stopped by a diner in Greensboro. Earlier in the day, he spoke in front of a group of workers in Durham and reiterated the main theme of his campaign, change.
My job in this election is to convince people that as hard as it is, change really is possible if we do some important things right now to change Washington.
The senator also said his economic plan centers around creating new green jobs.
Investing in solar, investing in wind, investing in biodiesel, investing in new ways of lighting, new ways of heating.
Obama's campaign headquarters in Winston-Salem buzzed Monday night. Folks making calls, bundling pamphlets, making posters, trying to beat the clock.
I've been here all day long. I've been on the phones. I've been doing the mail. I've been doing campaign posters, cards.
The polls look good for Barack Obama. It's just a matter of getting people to actually go and vote tomorrow. So I think most people are excited.
The volunteers are not spending all their time inside headquarters. In fact, a lot of their time is spent outside. They're canvassing, trying to reach every voter as we count down the hours until the primary starts. Velma Fields is one of the dozens of volunteers who go from house to house.
We hope to accomplish to get everybody out to vote. You know, we just want them to come and vote. Their choice.
And voters are expected in record numbers on Tuesday. And a voter asked Senator Obama today if he could win in November. And he said the proof that he can is that he has stood up to Senator Clinton's attacks in the last month. Cameron?
All right, thank you. Craig Thomas live for us tonight. Now, Senator Obama's wife was in Fayetteville this afternoon campaigning. Michelle Obama told the military families in the audience that they deserve more help while their loved ones are deployed. She also spoke at a rally held in Charlotte tonight. And Senator Hillary Clinton crisscrossed the state today, stopping off in High Point.
Jamad Terry continues our team coverage tonight with more on the senator's message and those trying to get her a victory tomorrow. Jamad?
Well, a win, that's what Clinton supporters expect tomorrow. Now, when the polls open at 6:30 in the morning, you can still expect to see volunteers out and about. That includes former President Bill Clinton. He will be in downtown Winston-Salem greeting voters. Basically, it's his last effort to sway those undecided voters.
Oh, hello, High Point. Hello to the Triad.
After weeks of campaigning by Senator Hillary Clinton, the work is not over yet. Volunteers are still doing what they can to get the message out.
I just think it's extremely exciting.
That's why Carrie Darnell spent her election night eve manning the phones.
I want to make a difference, and I want to know that I gave everything I possibly could to get what I wanted and what I thought was the best for the country.
A message echoed by the candidate herself during her final stop in High Point Monday afternoon.
We have to have a president who is ready and able. I believe that I am well prepared to be the president who we can count on.
These Clinton supporters are counting on a win Tuesday. Even though their candidate remains down in some polls by nearly 10 points, they are not worried.
That's what makes it fun. If it wasn't like that, I don't think it'd be nearly as much fun.
The fun continues all the way until the voting stops, and these diehard supporters are confident who will prevail.
I got the answer. I know who's going to be winning, and I'm going to be celebrating. It's going to be Hillary.
And tonight, Clinton supporters also went door to door, putting out more campaign signs and also just knocking on doors trying to sway those undecided voters. And again, former President Bill Clinton will be in downtown Winston-Salem greeting voters here at the Government Center. It's his way to basically try to get people to vote for his wife here in North Carolina. Reporting live tonight, Wanda, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Jermont. President Bill Clinton made several stops across the Tar Heel State today. He visited Elizabeth City, New Bern, Jacksonville, Smithfield, Lewisburg, Zebulon, Roxborough, and Raleigh. And tomorrow, he will greet voters around noon at Forsyth County Government Center in Winston-Salem. Right now, Senator Barack Obama is leading the delegate count with 1,745. Senator Clinton has 1,602. 2,025 delegates are needed to win the Democratic nomination.
And without having to worry about primary results anymore, Senator John McCain made his first campaign stop in North Carolina today, speaking at an event in Charlotte. The presumptive Republican nominee told the audience exactly why he thinks he would make a good president.
I want to be president of the United States because I know how to lead this country through perilous times.
Speaking to a group at the Charlotte Chamber of Commerce, Arizona Senator John McCain told the crowd that as president, he can and will work across party lines to get things done.
I know how to work across the aisle. I have the record of it. I've worked with almost all of those on the other side of the aisle. And Americans want us to work together. I will lead, and I will reach out my hand across the aisle to the Democrats.
McCain believes the troop surge in Iraq is working, even though he says he knew supporting it would be unpopular with voters.
About a year or so ago, my candidacy was declared dead because of my support for the, quote, surge in Iraq. I said at that time I would much rather lose a campaign than lose a war.
McCain also said that if elected, making the United States energy independent will be one of his highest priorities.
If we eliminate our dependence on foreign oil, which is half our trade deficit, which is sending over $400 billion a year to countries that don't like us very much, and some of that money's ending up in the hands of terrorist organizations, my friends, there are things we can do.
Now, tomorrow, Senator McCain will hold a rally at Wake Forest University's Waite Chapel. The doors for this free event open at 8 a.m. It starts at 10 a.m.
Most cities in North Carolina have switched to electronic voting machines. The devices cost more, but elections officials say they cut down on human error and are very easy to use.
And all this. Well, we now do have a paper trail on these machines. And every time you make a selection, it prints out on here, and the voter can verify that that's the correct selection. We audit these tapes at the end of between now and the canvass to make sure that the record on the paper tapes matches up with the electronic record, and we've never had a discrepancy.
And polls open at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow and close at 7:30 p.m. Nearly 500,000 North Carolina voters have already cast their ballots. The State Board of Elections says close to 470,000 people cast ballots and one-stop voting over the past 2.5 weeks, while another 20,000 voted by mail. You want to stay with WXII and WXII12.com for Commitment 2008 political coverage from the race to the White House to the governor's mansion.